Main, let's set him up for you. It'll be Steve Wharf in car number 42, leading them out. On his outside, it'll be Tim Mullins in car number 16. Both of those cars look strong in the heat race a little bit earlier tonight. Rob Muilenburg, the veteran, in car number 59 on the inside of row number 2. On his outside, it'll be Gilbert Rowland in car number 24. Looks like Ty Jackson moving up into his spot in the number 0 car. Gary Krebs in the 26. Jared McIntyre in car number 9. Jerry Langton starting about mid-pack in car number 44, and that's where we'll find Colt Cheevers in the 45 and Joey Wiles in the 161. Scott Campbell also starting deep in the field after qualifying through a B main. Same news for John Langton. He also started deep in the field after qualifying deep because of going through the B main. Jaron Martin, after qualifying in through a B main as well, had a nice strong run, as a matter of fact. Starts deep in the field. Jeremy Leahy, also car number 20. Looks like maybe going from shotgun alongside the 73 of Ron McClellan. And actually, back row is going to be Jeremy Hazel and Kyle Bates. They will make up the final row. Big field of Midwest Modifieds once again here on Saturday night at the quick quarter mile. And race fans, as the Midwest Modifieds come off turn number 4, they're going to have their hands out of those race cars in the air. Pay them off as you put your hands back in the air for them. And we appreciate them coming out. We appreciate you being in your seat tonight here at the Springfield Raceway. This race is going to be real interesting. You've got some good cars up front. Steve Wharf, Tim Mullins up on the front row. Good hot rods. You got Muilenburg there in row number 3. Go back a little further to find Langton and Joey Wiles and John Langton and Colt Cheevers. So you're going to see some cars moving through the field, and it's going to be exciting. Elijah Keeper starts deep in the field. Scott Campbell, of course, starts way back as well. Track position could be key as we get ready to go green next time by. All right, race fans, buckle up, get ready. It's going to be a barn burner as they come off turn number 4. Steve Wharf leads them in, and we are green. Oh, Elijah Keeper going around up in turn number 2. Caution out early. Well, we didn't get very far before the yellow fever hits the racetrack again, and an unlikely suspect is Elijah Keeper goes around on his own up in turn number 2. The good news is everybody came through clean. There's a couple of real close calls, but looks like everybody's going to make it through. So it will be an original restart other than Elijah Keeper going to the back of the pack. And he will do that right now. A little bit of damage on Jaron Martin's number 33 car. Maybe a little bit of damage back there on Scott Campbell's left rear. They were 4 wide off turn number 2 on lap number 1, but everybody got through clean except for that 81 car. So we'll try her one more time. All right, they'll give him the one to go this time by. Steve Wharf will lead him back to the line one more time. Ty Jackson starts in a good spot. He's up on the inside of row number 2. Don't ever want to count him out. Muilenburg's got a good starting position. Don't count out Gary Krebs. Here we go. Getting ready one more time. Let's get her going, boys, as we come off turn number 4. Green in the air. Once again, we're 3 wide going into turns 1 and 2. And oh, Steve Wharf out of shape, and we got trouble. Caution out, and once again an unforced error. This time we are not so fortunate. Several cars caught up in that. Steve Wharf going around, Ty Jackson involved. I believe Jerry Langton skated through barely. And there's another car. Oh, that's Rob Muilenburg. Oh, my goodness. Tough break for Rob Muilenburg. You can see the sheet metal being picked up there on the backstretch with the big 59 on the side. Tough break for Rob Muilenburg. He's at least got some damage. We'll see if he can continue on, but certainly not looking good at this point. Ty Jackson with major damage in that 0 car. Well, I'm still looking for that full moon. I don't know. Tim Mullins will be out front, looks like. Gilbert Rowland will be up in the 2 spot. All right, trying to get everybody to move up into their position. Gilbert Rowland, I believe, will be scored in the number 2 position. We'll get him up towards the front here. All right, looks like Gilbert Rowland got the message there. He's headed for the number 2 spot. Well, we talked about the boys in the wrecker a little bit earlier and how they had been extra busy tonight. And, wow, they're pulling away Rob Muilenburg's car right now. It is completely naked on the right side. And, of course, that's not the worst of it. Looks like maybe some damage as well. Hopefully not too much for Rob. Looks like some rear suspension damage on the 59 car, as that rear end is really hanging out. Well, when the leader spins at the beginning of a race, it's usually that kind of result because everybody's on the gas hard. And Steve Wharf, unfortunately, and I'm sure he would like to have that over again, but it just got away from him a little bit. Track a little bit slick this time of night. So lots of damage for several cars. Wrecker crew working diligently to try to get that mess cleaned up. Well, let's go ahead and reset the field for you. It looks like it will be Tim Mullins out in front of Gilbert Rowland, Jared McIntyre, Gary Krebs up to fourth, and Gary moving up nicely. Keep an eye on that 26 car. Donnie Austin, car number 34. Jerry Langton in 44. Colt Cheever in 45. And Joey Wiles in the 161. And John Langton also making some big moves early here in car number 35. Scott Campbell also right behind him making some nice moves. Ian Morissette has also made it through clean and green so far, doing a nice job in that 38 car. So several cars making it through. But unfortunately for Rob Muilenburg, Ty Jackson, Steve Wharf, not so lucky. All right, it will be a single file restart. Single file restart. They will get the one to go next time by. All right, it'll be a single file restart. Try to get these things going in the right direction. "17 cars left out on the speedway." All right, Keith Pratt's got the flag rolled up. Let's get them going one more time. Let's keep them going straight. Boys, coming off turn number 4. Tim Mullins sees the green, and we're back to racing. Well, it doesn't take long to get back 3 wide as they come off turn number 2 down the backstretch. It's Colt Cheever going in the inside of Jerry Langton. Here comes Joey Wiles. He's battling as well. 3 wide off 4. Tim Mullins able to pull away just a little bit as everybody battles behind. It's side by side for the number 2 position with Gilbert Rowland down on the bottom of the racetrack. Up on his top side, it'll be Jared McIntyre as Rowland all out of shape. Coming off turn number 4, gathers it back in. Nice job by Gilbert Rowland to keep it going the right direction. And Colt Cheever, the big mover, right now up into the number 3 spot, looking for more off turn number 4. Jared McIntyre up in the number 2 spot, but he's about a half a straightaway off the leader. Tim Mullins would love to see this race go green. Colt Cheever is dialing in that top spot, though, coming off turn number 4, reeling the leader in quickly. Gary Krebs slid back just a little bit, now battles side by side with John Langton, and give a call to John Langton up there battling for the 4th position. Oh, spinner up in turn number 4. Gilbert Rowland going around, and he collects, I believe that is the Jaron Martin machine. Gilbert had been struggling a little bit off turn number 4. A few laps before that, got a little bit out of shape, but it was able to collect it. This time couldn't get it back under control and looped it around and nowhere to go. And give Ron McClellan a call, car number 73. Great job of keeping that out of that mess down there in 4. Well, no question about it that Colt Cheever is the fastest car out on the racetrack. And Jared McIntyre has chosen the top side, and I'm sure when he did that, Colt Cheevers had a big smile on his face because he was using that low lane, and that is a gift for the 45. Once again, give a call to John Langton. John coming in through the B main has gotten past his dad in the 44, has moved himself up into the top 5, and that 35 car is on a rail tonight. Joey Wiles, no surprise, the 161 also up into the top 5. And I predicted we'd have multiple winners this year in the Midwest Modified. Tonight could be 3 for 3. As we come off turn number 4, Tim Mullins brings him in. Green in the air. Colt Cheever wastes no time, go down to the bottom of the speedway, can't make it work that time. He'll go back to work down in turns 3 and 4. Jared McIntyre up on the top of the speedway as they come off turn number 4. Mullins by about 2 feet, but Colt Cheever has the line. While the top 2 battle, Jared McIntyre tried to sneak around the top side. He'll go back to work on the top side again down in 3 and 4, but it's Colt Cheevers in the 45 taking over the top spot. Mullins rides in 3rd now behind McIntyre. And after I spoke about John Langton, he's lost about 3 positions on this restart in the 35. Scott Campbell, however, is moving forward. And Elijah Keeper, after that spin early on and going to the back, is making his way forward. He'll make a 3-wide move on Scott Campbell and John Langton. Jerry Langton, meanwhile, battles for the number 4 position side by side with Joey Wiles. Mullins holding on to 3rd, but it's all Colt Cheevers as he is out in front and pulling away from this field. Cheevers has never left the bottom of the speedway throughout this race, and that 45 working good down there. Jerry Langton going to work on the 16 of Tim Mullins. Langton using that familiar top side of the speedway. Move Jerry Langton up into 3rd. Langton may have as good a car as Colt Cheevers, but he's going to need a caution to catch up to the leader as he's got a full straightaway to run down that 45. Joey Wiles is settled into the 5 spot. Elijah Keeper 6, Scott Campbell 7. Laps clicking by quickly now that we've got everybody in sync. And John Langton going the wrong direction in that 35 car. Jerry Langton catching up to the 9X of Jared McIntyre. Will try to go to work on him. McIntyre running the top side. Jerry gonna have to find another lane if he's gonna make his way around the 9 car. This time by shoots it down to the bottom of the racetrack, tries to side up the racetrack, not able to get past the 9. bottom of the racetrack once again through turns 3 and 4. This time he's got to run. Jerry Langton to second by a half a car length. He may have found something on the bottom down here in 3 and 4. Still not able to make ground up in 1 and 2. Colt Cheevers trying to get past Gilbert Rowland. His patience may run thin as we have caution on the speedway. Caution coming out. Got a spinner up in turn number 2, and that is Scott Campbell. And I was watching that battle for the lead. Did not see the 83 go around. Not sure if he got some help or if it was a single car incident, but again, very uncharacteristic to see that 83 pointed in the wrong direction. Yeah. So Scott Campbell getting the helmet off. He is obviously done. Not sure what happened to Scott. Well, does Jerry Langton have anything for Colt Cheevers? Can Jared McIntyre get up and battle with the leader? We're going to find out very shortly. I tell you what, it's going to be hard to get around that 45 car. He is cool as the other side of the pillar, making that 45 car go around the bottom of this racetrack. As good as you'll see. It'll be a green-white checker finish for the Casey General Store Midwest Modified. Big thank you to Casey General Store. They've been a part of the racing action here at Springfield Raceway for a number of years and been the primary sponsor of these Midwest Modifieds. Casey General Store located near you. And you couldn't have a better neighbor. They got gasoline, of course, because they're a convenience store, but they got everything else under the sun. And they got some of the best sandwiches and pizza you'll find anywhere, so check them out. Casey's General Store, a convenience store, and a whole lot more. Once again, remind everybody the late models coming next Saturday night, and you'll see Jerry Langton behind the wheel of a number 35 late model next Saturday night. And as I mentioned earlier, that late model that he's got is a spitting image of John's modified. It's 35 blue-white scheme. And I tell you, I'm looking forward to seeing Jerry in that late model. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. He's a hard charger, likes the top side of the speedway, and he's given that Midwest mod a good run tonight. I mentioned as the race began that track position could be very important, and I think it has been somewhat important, especially now, though, as the fast cars have made their way to the top. Jared McIntyre going to choose that top lane, and I'm sure Jerry Langton would like to try to talk him out of it. Jerry's been using that top side himself. But you got to pass them where they ain't, so Jerry Langton's going to have to use that bottom lane to try to get around the 9 car. He'll be hoping for a good restart. All right, Keith Pratt will give him the 1-to-go signal as they come across the start-finish line. Cheevers your leader. Langton and McIntyre in row number 2. Mullins and Wiles in row number 3. All stacked up behind leader, Colt Cheevers, who will bring him to the start-finish line this time by. It'll be a green-white checker. for all the marbles coming off turn number 4, green in the air. 45 car looks like shot out of a cannon as he fires off down the front stretch, and he is gone. And here comes Joey Wiles. Joey Wiles diving it into turns 3 and 4 down on the bottom of the speedway. He'll make his way around Jerry Langton. Now he'll go to work on the 9 car of McIntyre. But it's white flag and already a half a straightaway lead for Colt Cheevers. Off turn number 4, the 45 of Colt Cheevers in victory lane. McIntyre, Wiles, Langton. And I believe Gary Krebs may have snuck up there into that 5th spot. So a nice run there for Gary Krebs. Winding it up. Well, 3 races for the Casey General Store Midwest Modifieds, 3 different winners. And it would not surprise me if we don't find 4 or 5 more before this season's over. All right, here come the reliable Chevrolet B Modifieds. Kelly Hicks, driver out of Pea Ridge, Arkansas, leads them out. On his outside, Corey Johnson in the 86. Bill Shahuber in the Watson Metal Masters, number 55. Aaron Scroggins in the 1/4. Sam Petty in car number 9. James Thompson in the Hayden Machinery number 11 car. TJ Yount, car number 80. Danny Martin, car number 33, starts about 2/3 back. Along with Jackie Dalton in the 21. Brian Gilmore also starting back a little bit. Jared Monger in the 52. And Caleb McDougall in car number 11. Again, I believe this is his first time out this year. Colt Cheever